Before I get started in this career, I was very stressed. I was stressed because I wasn't able to provide for the family. I don't think that was a nice feeling, right? So I didn't want to be in that state. I joined because I wanted money. That is the honest truth. But once I came into the industry, then I realized a property is more than just brick and mortar. My name is Nizam Gafoor. I've been in this business for about 20 over years. If you ask what are the challenges I face in my whole journey to becoming successful, first define what you mean by success. I think everybody wants happiness, right? Happiness in many areas, but I'd like to put it in three simple areas. These are the very basic, fundamental to everybody. Family to be happy, you want to have finance, good income, and you want to have a good career. So if your question is, what were some of my main challenges? I would say I had challenges in all the three. But I was propelled. The most painful that drive me further was not being able to provide for the family. But not being able to provide means there's a problem with the money. But no money means there's no proper career. So always I realized, not just for me, in my whole journey I also realized, in order to be successful, you cannot ignore any one of the three, because all these three are related to happiness. I was really very hardworking. I was very hardworking. I sleep very little. At that time when I'm required to start work at 8 o'clock to be in the office, I'll be in the office by like 7:30 or so. I'm always the first to arrive, I'm always the last to go. I was very hardworking. I was very focused in what I wanted to do. I was very clear what I wanted to achieve, not just over the 1 year period, but over my entire life. Because I think we cannot achieve big goals over a year. These life goals we need to just set very clear, right? And third thing here is I was very disciplined. When I talk about discipline, I'm talking about not just in terms of just habits on a day-to-day basis, but also in managing money, managing time, and my attitude towards learning, right? But what propelled me to do all these things? Because before I get started in this career, I was very stressed. I was stressed because I wasn't able to provide for the family. When I was married and when I had my first child, it was a mixed feeling of fear and joy. The joy of having my daughter, the fear of will I be able to provide. I don't think that was a nice feeling, right? So I didn't want to be in that state, and that was the drive at which I joined real estate. I joined because I wanted money. That is the honest truth. But once I came into the industry, then I realized a property is more than just brick and mortar. I saw that every other family had a hope when they wanted to buy a property. That's when I became a lot more passionate, and I can really feel for the clients. And along the way, my whole journey started to be who I am today. So my challenge initially was not having money and wanted to provide, and that's how I came into this industry. But I realized that in order for you to earn more, to just sell properties and talk like any other agent isn't sufficient, and that is not the way to do, right? So that's where I became very passionate. I always saw behind the purchase of every home, there is a family that is looking for hope, or there is a family that is trying to solve a problem. That's why they want to buy a home. They don't wake up one fine day and say, Hey, today's Sunday, what to do? Come on, let's go and buy a home. They don't behave like that. It is over a period of months or years they realize that this house is not enough for them, or it's not convenient for them, or they cannot afford to pay the mortgage. Yeah, so they need to move to a smaller or bigger, whatever it is. So it is either hope or a problem. So I always wanted to be part of their journey, solving their problem. So in fact, I set aside my problems aside first. When I started focusing on how to solve people's problem, that is when I gained the trust of people. And when you keep doing with the interest of others, more will come and find you in that sense. And that is how my whole success started progressing. And I also realized, hey, whatever that I do, it worked for me. It worked for me to bring about the family to be happy. You cannot just focus on money. You must also think a little further to build a career, because there must be sustenance, there must be progress. Now, if you just think about money, I earn this month, then what about next month? Or even if you earn this year, what about next year? So there must be growth, right? So happiness only comes when there is progress. Progress, be it in the area of your career or even family. Family also must progress, progress from just being, having security first. When I didn't have money, what I wanted, just security, basic security. That's what everybody wants. But once you have got security, are you happy? You want to progress further. You want to have some reserves now, right? You want to have more investment. You want to have a bigger home. So there must be progress even in the family side, right? So this is the 3 areas I put a lot of attention, and these were the areas I had my challenges and I overcome them. My purpose and mission here is to bring about a holistic success to fellow agents. Okay, when I say holistic success, I mean just like the 3 basic things that I mentioned, right? How can they be happy and successful, not just earning money, but also having a wonderful family, and they're able to build a career. And these don't have to be difficult like the journey I went through, because with the formula that I have worked, so long as they are willing to come forward, I'll be able to guide them through to shorten the entire learning curve and have a faster result and outcome for themselves and their family. A lot of the time, in pursuit of happiness and success, people tend to be very focused on a single thing, like chase after the money and they totally ignore the family. Or they just focus after the career and they ignore how to even manage their funds. That's why my approach all this while to my agents has been how to bring about a holistic happiness where you don't have to compromise family or career or money. All these 3 have to come together. Only then there is a balanced life and success that is worth living. Surely over the 20 years, with a lot of experience, I have derived a formula which is a 6-part for you to achieve total success. But thank you so much for being with me this far. I've got a lot more to share, and it is too much to put everything in one go today. I hope to give you more in bite size, and I believe that will make a difference for you, right? So please follow me on my IG, Facebook and YouTube. The links are in the description below, and should you have any questions or comments that you want to share, please drop in the chat box. I hope to hear from you soon. Bye!